Hello, this is Eileen, the environmental educator. Today, this video, we're going to talk about this headline here from the Daily Mail. It was, what's the date here? February 9th, 2022. Today's the 13th, so I don't have time to do every article every day, but this is interesting because according to right here, there's a crisis. Caffeine addicts may have to start carrying their own mugs as disposable cups become increasingly scarce amid supply chain struggles and labor shortages. So I don't know labor shortages. This whole whatever's going on is a farce, really. There's plenty of workers around the world, but the big concern here is that it's headlines that, oh my God, people might have to start carrying their own mugs, and let me tell you, people aren't happy about it. Um, Now, this is something that if anybody had allowed environmental solutions since November 17th, 1993, when the environmental educator started, we would have ended our disposable society long ago. And that would include in coffee shops. I try to get Seattle to lead. I try to get Jay Inslee to. He talks a good talk about, oh my God, he's such a leader, and yet he won't lead with actual real action. He's going to carbon tax you to death. He's got Mickey Mouse stuff that he's doing, but he is refusing light years better. And ending our disposable society is one of them, including with Starbucks. This which says here that Starbucks is particularly hard hit. Yeah, it blames on the plastic shortage, port blockage, and a growing appetite for restaurant prepared to go meals. And now this here's Samantha Jacobs, a frequent Starbucks customer in California. Last November, she became aware, and she is just not too happy about this. She's annoyed with their endless supply of challenges. She's just annoyed. You know what she had to do? I think, let me see. It's down here a little bit. Oh, it's right here. Her grande, she resorted to splitting her grande orders into two smaller cups. That's, oh my God, Starbucks is such a problem. Right here, it says that Starbucks goes through 6 billion cups a year. 6 billion. And they're green, right? They're green. Believe me, I've tried to get Starbucks to lead and to have already, not had disposable anything in their eateries, these famous cups here. And I've tried to get Jay Inslee to actually lead and lead with Seattle businesses, including, their stadium and Starbucks and the Gates Foundation and the town and um, I think there's somebody else there in Seattle that's big environmental that I can't think of right now. But Starbucks would be a huge start, right? But instead, they have customers that are just outraged, and she's had them taken into two smaller cups. Never once thought, like, wow, why don't I just bring my own cup? And she was mad. There's a chocolate shortage too. They couldn't make anything that required a drink she wanted. I mean, we're just so spoiled. Okay, we're just so spoiled. But it's absolutely ridiculous that this is actually even a headline, because long ago we should just be a reusable society. We should, that's all that we should be, as a reusable society. Why? Because disposable products spend more time in their manufacturing, packaging, transportation, and disposal processes than they do being used. And all of that, yeah, all of that produces all of this smoke and pollutants and emittents and toxins and chemicals and greenhouse gases. It's the endless steps that it takes to manufacture a product. And then all of those steps are the same steps that happen to manufacture packaging, which has to get brought to the product's place because the product has to get put in packaging. I mean, these disposable cups that are in this picture up here, they come in a big box, okay? And then there's a bunch of sleeves that have, plastic sleeves that contain what, like maybe 50 of these, and it's sleeve after sleeve after sleeve after sleeve, and this is all disposable. The plastic sleeves, they just get thrown away. The boxes, maybe they get recycled, but why? If we just had reusable cups and if people just brought their own, but people just, we are a society that is conveniencing ourselves out of a livable planet. And look, these people don't even think like I should bring my own. No, no, they're blaming it on the businesses that you don't have a cup for me. That's absolutely absurd. And right here, David Pokorny, an Imperial Dade food packaging expert. He said he spends a good portion of his day sourcing packaging products for customers. There are literally no straws, very few clear iced coffee drink cups. There was such a shortage that people said, I don't care about the price, just send it to me. Instead of telling their customers, bring your own, because customers don't want to hear that. Oh my God! You mean that drink cup that I have like that space for in my car? Like I should actually have my own cup there and then bring it in at night and wash it and then bring it back out to the car the next day to have it for when I come here. When you just need to have a disposable cup for me? I mean, that is the way people think. Okay, but yeah, and you know how that could have all changed if Al Gore, Robert Redford, Sundance, the NRDC, Bill McKibben, and every other environmental voice out there had gotten people environmentally educated and literate and ending their own disposable society. This wouldn't be a headline today. But it is because nobody will cares about solutions, and people don't want to be inconvenienced. I mean, how long have people been told to not do disposable, and yet Starbucks goes through 6 billion cups a year. You know what that means? That's 6 billion lids a year. Okay, and how many stirs, and then how many plastic bags to put these 6 billion cups and lids that are now waste into? How many plastic bags, how much packaging is all thrown out so that people don't have to bring a cup with them? That is just absolutely ridiculous. And you know what's more ridiculous is that I carry cups with me, and I use them for beverages when I go out. And I don't really do fast food, but sometimes when I'm on the run, and when I'm traveling or just out of the house, I do, especially in the summer, maybe like an iced coffee, and I will get a McDonald's iced coffee, and McDonald's will not let you reuse a cup. If you give them your cup to tell them to put an iced coffee into, they won't do it. Something about a health reason. Nobody really knows. They give you some little spiel. I've done it at a couple of McDonald's, and they absolutely will not let you. They make you take the plastic cup. That just it drives me crazy. And every so often I do it just because I'm on the road or I'm doing something and I do want an iced coffee, but I don't like it, and I do reuse the cup, that's for sure. And sometimes I do it just because I'm like, you know what? I've been 28 years at this, and no one will let me lead with the solutions the world needs to end this problem. So sometimes I'm like, you know what? Just emit the greenhouse gases. Just put us over the brink. Just put us into the brink so that I don't have to listen to people like Al Gore and Jay Inslee and Bill McKibben and the NRDC and everybody else out there, the White House and Justin Trudeau and Bradford and everybody, Greta, everybody that's out there, pretend like they care when they don't, and they won't allow solutions, and they block the solutions the world needs. But this is just really absolutely scary that this is a headline in today's day and age. And, I've always told myself for years now, when it's obvious that we are headed to complete economic collapse, the dollar is in currency collapsing debt, and I'm like, well, that's going to end the disposable society, because when the dollar collapses and when we are in complete economic collapse, nobody's going to be having any disposable products. But right now, coffee shops are having trouble, and their patrons aren't just thinking, hey, how could I just resolve this myself? No, no. They're doing what everybody does in today's society, blaming the coffee company, the coffee shop, for not having for them the convenience that they've become accustomed to, the convenience that is conveniencing us out of the only livable planet that we know of. So, yeah, I just thought I'd bring this little headline here because this is so sad, and take out meals. How many of those styrofoam, packaging, or that, the plastic silverware that goes out with it, the napkin, and that's wrapped in plastic, and it is just absolutely absurd what we do with our takeout, and that is our environmental problems. That is a massive part of our environmental problems. So that is why this is so scary that this is a headline, and it just proves what complete failures all environmental voices have been, and they continue to be, because they won't give the world solutions. They won't tell people, man up, get educated, become the solution. We need your cooperation. And, these people shouldn't be crying about this, because this just shouldn't have even been provided for them for decades already. It should have just been standard operating procedure that you bring your own mug. But this is where we are as a society. So good luck being around these people that, are blaming Starbucks and getting mad at Starbucks when they could pick up a cup and bring it there themselves, and they won't. And instead they're throwing a hissy fit. Good luck being around them with the dollar collapses. So I just thought I'd bring that headline because it's really sad. It's really sad that that's where we are as a country, as a world, especially after decades of crying out for environmental solutions, decades of people being told, don't do disposable, and yet here we are. So stay tuned, people.